Hello, City Skylines fans. I'm Socks Way Up. Welcome back to the vanilla City Skylines series. City still has no name. We might give it a random name soon. Still looking for suggestions on that. Last episode, we worked on some subways. We worked on some other things that I can't remember at this point, but subways were the big part of it. I think we also added we expanded. We did some expansion on the city and added some more residential and offices as well. We got a comment in the YouTube channel of fixing the subway system that we weren't going low enough. So that's one of the first things we're going to take a look at. We're going to look at this right now. Let's pause the game. We're getting right into it today. Let's go into our metro and we're going to delete back to about right here and see if we can fix this because it looks hideous. We were not happy with it. And this is like a tutorial type series, but we want to make things look a little bit nicer now that we're on episode 10. So if we come here, it says, nope, can't go in the water. We go lower, can't go in the water. So that was what the comment was. Slope too steep. Okay, so let's see if we go right here. Slope too steep. So let's back it up. Go underground. And we'll have to back this up too. And let's grab this now. If we can get onto the node. Where is it at? There we go. And let's lower it even more. That's as far as it's going to let us lower it. And it's just, the slope is too steep right here. Let's try some other areas. Let's go down here, pushing up and down. It's as low as it can go, but it still thinks the slope is too steep. So that is a little bit of testing. If we go a little bit higher, cannot build in water, and then slope too steep. So I guess potentially we could do some terraforming to try to play around with this, but I don't know if we want to spend that much time on that in this. Let's see. That's the big one. Smooth all this out. See if we can get this a little lower. I don't really think it's gonna work personally. So it was worth a shot. It could just be something silly that I'm doing. Page up. Yeah, it's just not letting us get any lower, and then it's saying it's too steep to pull that off, which is really strange. I know I've done this in the past. Again, I don't know if this was a change that happened because of Sunset Harbors and the way they changed the metro in general, but it is what it is. We're going to leave this ugly situation here, come back in. Somehow we'll come back in. And now it's not even being happy with us at all. Back that up. That's because I'm using trains. Have I been using trains this whole time and not metro? Ugh. You silly, silly man. Metro tracks. Okay. Let's try to... All of this is trains. All of it's trains. We had a spot. We had a spot that it was happy with. There we go. So how many? Okay. So that's one. That's one down. And let's come on over here. And we'll grab our bulldozer. Go above ground. Get rid of that. Go back into transportation. Make sure we have our trams. Our trams. Words are hard. I'm telling you. And we're underground. And it looks a lot better. And we're embarrassed that it took that long. Ay. Okay. And then one of the things that I knew we were going to run into here eventually was we're using up all of the resources out here. Oh, not enough buyers. Okay, so it's not the resources. So that's gonna pick it up. Maybe we need another warehouse. Maybe we need another warehouse. Let's see. These ones are all full. Everything's full. Wow. Let's take a peek at that. Random episode. Not much going on. Forestry. We want these guys. I don't know. Let's just add another large building right here. Pulp mill. Is that what that's called? Pulp mill. And we'll add a wood plant mill. And maybe that'll help. Maybe. But yeah, we're producing a ton out here. But we're still importing. Go figure. Go figure. All right, I don't understand that. But we're gonna come over here. I think what the plan's gonna be is to finish this area off. Finish this area off through here. Potentially get to start blending these two together. And we're gonna try to get that population up to 28,000. Maybe not this episode, but we're gonna try to get there. Let's just do it live. Let's do no cuts in this episode. Let's go above ground again. Let's extend this little road out pretty far. We'll figure out where we want to cut that off. But then let's extend this little area for our offices. And eventually we want that to be closer to the freeway. We'll figure that out. But are these one-way roads? I don't think so. So let's do that. And we're right away going to just add some more offices. And let's do a little cut through right there to there as well. Get that going to help with that business slash office slash industry demand. And then I believe we talked about maybe residential through here. There's a lot of commercial right here. And as we get closer and we get this square unlocked, we can put more commercial back here. What's going on with the police? We have more criminals than capacity, or we're getting there. So let's do it like right out here. And that should cover a good amount of that town. It does not. And then we'll go back to the back of the town as well. Maybe on this road here. We'll add some police coverage, which gets us now to 100 capacity. 120. We probably need a prison somewhere. That would be a bad place for a prison. But while we're doing that, let's look at our fire. Fire I've never really worried about too much, but it might be cool to throw down a fire station next to this police station just for aesthetics. And same here. So we're gonna do that. And then healthcare. We're looking good on healthcare. Death care's looking good right now. Do we have? We do. We have these unlocked now. So I do want to put some of the crematoriums near these. So we'll put a couple down here. Oh, we already did a couple there. Okay, that's why our capacity is so good there. Childcare could get better. Elderly care could get better. So maybe we'll keep an eye on that. But as we roll through this episode, the police should be taking care of our criminals. That came in quick. Ooh. So let's go ahead. Let's extend this little business complex here, or commercial complex. Let's see. We could play around with some different roads potentially too. If we go in here. Ooh, those shouldn't be here. Why do I have those? It's supposed to be vanilla. It's supposed to be vanilla. We're not going to use those. We're going to pretend like we didn't see that. Let's just do one of these. We need to upgrade some of these roads too to make things a little prettier, which we might do that a little bit this episode too. We're going to still go low density. I'm a fan of low density. I think the high density just causes traffic issues. It does help the demands a lot quicker, but we're going to keep going with that. And then this area we should have terraformed. Now that we're blending or transitioning into, I don't know, we're a little beyond starting our city. We're now kind of looking at potentially just building a nice city with vanilla at this point. We should have flattened some of this out, I think. So let's do some of this. We're flattening this area out a little bit. And yeah, that might be more terraforming than we want to do. So let's go back into the terraforming tool. Let's kind of use the smooth out tool. I'm right clicking right now and it's adding. Is it removing or adding? There we go. Left click is doing that. I don't think it's gonna get good enough. I'm so used to the advanced tools. Yeah, left click's what we want. So it's getting to where it's smoothing, rounding that out. Keep kind of going there. Get this a little bit better. Potentially this area. Let's go ahead and pause it. And let's do some flattening here. And then that was too much. That's the same tool. Bringing it back up just a little bit, and let's go ahead and get that road gone. Let's see what that did now. Too much. See, that was way too much. So terraforming's a little challenging in vanilla. I'm sure people that play around with it a lot enjoy it more. What if we right click and then do that? Kind of get it all around. See, that's way too low. Like to blend this way. I think we're just ruining our city now. All right, so let's do the smooth tool. That's what that's just called, right? Softening. Soften the terrain. And if we do it here for a while, we have plenty of soil available. We'll kind of just raise this up, make it smooth, and see if we can get that road to be flat. Soften, soften, which I guess we could do with shift. Let's see. Right click on that, lowers it. I'm left clicking right now. And that seems to be a little too much. Let's bring it back down with right click. And now let's try this road. A little bit better. So now if we say we like it right here, but right to here, we want to come in here with the shift again. Right click a little bit. And then let's soften it up. A little bit better. See, I wish you could just terraform the road as well instead of having to lay that down. It's a little frustrating. But if we did that and then smoothed it, I think there's something wrong with my buttons. I click on here and it doesn't switch. Now it did. Okay. So let's get out of the terrain tool mode. This area still looks a little rough. I think overall we still improved the area. But now let's let it hit play. Yeah, that's a little strange. I'm not the best with the terrain, especially in vanilla. I can handle it with mods and the extra landscaping tools and all of those fun items. But in vanilla, it is a challenge for me. I would love to know if, especially like even if there's other YouTubers that have done good walkthroughs on that, I might check that out because I would be really interested in how to utilize vanilla terraforming a little bit better personally. I seem to be enjoying vanilla City Skylines a lot better these days than detailed. At the moment, at least. I think I just need a break from the detailed world. So we got this going. I think we do want to just kind of mix zone this. Not that far though. Let's take this out. We'll take that little space, add some offices here. And then we're gonna throw commercial in the middle here. Throw some commercial here. We'll see how this comes in, but we're gonna need some electricity in this area and probably water. Yeah, a little bit of water. A little bit of water. Let's go ahead and bridge this with some offices as well. Throw some offices there. We'll throw some commercial here. Finish this road, and we might run into a very large issue with traffic in a little bit, but we did pull those off the main road, so they're not necessarily on the main road still, so we might be okay with that. as we continue this expansion. That's not going to help us much with residential. Let's get out of this mode, see how our demands are handling it. Not really oh, we have to hit play for things to happen. Silly, silly, silly. Let's go ×3, see if we can speed things up, see what this does to our demand, see how much it wants us to now add new, excuse me, residential buildings and things like that. All right, so everything's starting to flatten out. The residential buildings are starting to come in. One of the things that I do like to do, especially in vanilla, is kind of do a cut through like this, like that. That's not very good. Not a good example. Let's try to come like here. Like that's not horrible. And let's add a little road here. And then let's throw some high density just right here. We'll see how that comes in. I like to pretend mentally that that's like an apartment complex. And then we'll come back in here with the regular roads and create some low residential houses behind it. Add a little curve there to match. We won't worry about electricity. That will get taken care of here in a little bit. I'm just kind of zoning out randomly. We do have that district taking over, so those are going to be the self-sufficient homes. Let's get a little bit more zone or roads here. And let's like cut this through like that. Let's let this one connect. I think that's pretty fancy. Go something like this. Just zone all of this up to where we want it. Electricity's still not in here yet. So let's take a peek at what we need to do for that now to get it to jump. It's just probably, it did. Okay, it already jumped. It's just a matter of time. And electricity is going to be close to being a problem soon as well. Why are you complaining about electricity? Get it all saturated with water, and then let's take a peek at that again. Electricity to electricity. Okay, so this number potentially, because this is off the grid. It just took some time. Let's go ahead and come over to our power area. Let's throw another one of these up here. We got plenty of money. We got $2 million, making $17,000 a month. That's going to lower because of that. So money's still good. And so this is our little pretend apartment complex. Let's go ahead and let's just let it zone as much as it can there. So you got this little like somewhat high density here, and then you throw some of the low density in the background. That's kind of what my thought process is with that. So now we're closer to having all of this figured out. And I think what we're gonna end up eventually doing is we're gonna sneak probably a freeway exit maybe on this road. So we might have to redesign a little bit once we open that. But we're gonna want some more access other than these off ramps here for this area of the city, because traffic could potentially start becoming an issue. But yeah, let's let that run a little bit, see where our demand ends up, see how close we're gonna get. I don't think this is gonna get us anywhere close to that 28,000 that we need, but we'll see how close we get and potentially call this an episode after we recap on that, and we'll see. Maybe we'll do some other things. All right, so while this is kind of growing, I was kind of taking a peek in here, and I think what we want to do is we want to grab a couple of these 4x4s, and I think we want to throw some high density in here. Let's do that. They will replace themselves. If not, we'll help them. Let's grab this 3x4, 4x4. Do that. We'll do a 4x4 here. And I think that will blend a lot better. Can we fit another 4x4 right here? We can. Okay, so let's undo that one. Let's grab one right here as well. We're just kind of mixed zoning like we've done in other areas. And I just want to kind of see how the buildings come in a little bit differently because these offices potentially will grow a little bit larger. There's no services in this area. We didn't add any parks. I don't think we've had any mass transit at all. We also want to protect ourselves. So let's unzone all of that because we don't want those buildings right up against this main road. Those will go away eventually. But I can already see I like that better. These buildings are coming in a little bit taller. And it's giving us a nice mixture of buildings. And then, man, we should do a whole episode of just detailing. We'll do that next. We're gonna detail in all the middle of these main roads. Probably upgrade them to be a little bit fancier. And we'll get that going next. Oh man, I'm digging it. So we have a little area out here it looks like we didn't zone. That we missed. Let's zone that. So like this. And can we just paint this? We can paint this side, but this side would not like that. So we'll get that filled out. Here's some wasted space here. Potentially, let's grab our road. Let's split that a little bit and zone that. I'm not sure what's gonna pop in there with those small houses, but that should be okay. Get rid of that zoning. I like it. I like the way this is coming in on the corner or on the beach. Potentially we could add some buildings down here in the sand and see how that looks. But I think that's pretty good for this episode. We spent some time playing around with the subway. We cleaned that up over here. Thanks for that comment. I'll try to remember to timestamp it, and because I can't remember as I'm recording this who made that comment. Thank you very much. I'll try to put a screenshot of that in the video. But yeah, we extended some of our office out here, which traffic seems to be handling it pretty good. I think it's because we're spread out. We got some high density over here. You know, we got a little bit going on here. This area is pretty grid-like, but I think it's looking pretty good when you take like an overall view out here. And you can kind of naturally see where our tile ended, but we will extend that. We'll get a freeway exit going once we open that next tile. But potentially we're gonna have to populate through here as well and probably extend. Let's see how our tile looks over here. Probably extend this area, maybe add more high density, and maybe add some more generic industry over here as well and out in this area. I know we wanted to kind of be a clean city, but I don't know if that's gonna work. Maybe we can come back and revisit that because we're still only at 20,000 population and we gotta get all the way up to 28 to unlock another tile. So some high density is gonna have to come into play, I believe, to pull that off. We might add a few more of these little complexes. 29,000 only in this, or 2,900 only in this district alone. 2,600 in this one. So yeah, we're getting there. We probably want to come through here and look at what these individuals need to get upgraded as well. So that's what we'll do next episode. We are going to work on detailing this main road here, as well as kind of just going over every single neighborhood and seeing what we can do to max out their level of building, which would in turn increase our population overall and help these buildings upgrade. And it looks like education that we were purposely ignoring will potentially be one of those things. And yeah, but that seems to be a good place to wrap up this episode. I think it's coming out great. I'm enjoying it, having fun with this series, and I'm hoping you guys are enjoying it as well. Again, give me an idea for a name. I might just use a random name generator and not use a sock theme this time around, but I'm gonna keep going with this. I wanna get it to where we unlock all 9 tiles, potentially grow this out to be a cool looking full-blown vanilla city, because I'm really enjoying Vanilla City Skylines again. Glad people are enjoying it. View count's been pretty cool on YouTube. I'm enjoying that. Remember to hit that like button, and have a great day.